Hey, welcome to Ask Nutritionist Deepa's whole food, plant-based, no oil, guilt-free cooking recipe videos. And have you ever wondered what to do with leftover quinoa or brown rice or wild rice that is just hanging around in your refrigerator or freezer and you don't know what to do with it? Well, what I'm going to do with my leftover brown rice today is to turn it into a nice, spicy, tangy, nutty pilaf. Using my all-purpose masala powder. Specifically, I have created it for grains. So make sure you watch that recipe to get the ingredients for the masala. But I'm going to basically use that masala along with some leftover vegetables from my refrigerator, such as potatoes, eggplant, some peas, and tomato, and some green onion. So let's come back and start cooking. So ingredient for this brown rice stir fry is very simple. I had some leftover eggplant and some potatoes, half a potato, 2 eggplants, and some frozen peas which needed to be used. But you can substitute any vegetable in this particular recipe. You can use cauliflower, you can use zucchini, you can use green beans, sweet potatoes. Anything that is lying around in your refrigerator will go well. Some tomato, I use 1 medium tomato. I'm going to add some black sesame seeds for some calcium, healthy fats, some peanuts. You can skip peanuts and use pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. If you're in a fancy mood, you can put some cashews in there. But I like to keep things simple, accessible, so I'm using peanuts. But like I said, if you have nut allergies, you can skip it and use any other seed. And some bay leaf to go with my all-purpose grain masala powder. So that's it. It's very simple. I'm going to start, and of course the start of the recipe, brown rice. But like I said, you can use quinoa, you can use millet, so on and so forth. So I'm going to start this recipe just by adding 2 bay leaves in this skillet. As soon as bay leaf starts to release that flavorful aroma, oh my god, I love bay leaf, the smell of the bay leaves. I'm going to add some chopped tomatoes. And in this recipe, there is really not much cooking to do. It's all about tossing things together and just making sure that you are mixing all the ingredients, you're tossing all the ingredients together and just steaming, just kind of cooking them under the steam. Let's add some peanuts in here. These are roasted peanuts, but like I said, you can skip adding peanuts. You can add sunflower seed, pumpkin seeds. I'm going to add the masala. This is my all-purpose masala for grain-based dishes. It's absolutely flavorful. And once you add this, you don't need to add anything else. This is what is going to provide the nuttiness, the spiciness, the earthiness from all the spices. And it is a perfect blend of variety of different spices and lentils. I use 2 different kinds of dals in there, and then there's coriander seeds, cumin, cinnamon, and black pepper, and coconut. So this is just perfect blend here. And to this, we are going to add the leftover brown rice. Now you want to make sure that with wet hands you have pre-separated the brown rice so that it won't be clumpy, okay? And that's what I did before I started the recipe. I made sure that there was not a big clump of brown rice. Instead, it was all pre-separated. You can also take a fork and just fluff it out. It's also important to know that you are using cold brown rice in here, or any cold grain, not something which is piping hot. This recipe is to use cold or leftover grains. And to this, we will toss in all our veggies when the timing is right. So first I'm going to blend the rice and the masala and tomatoes, everything in. Make sure that everything gets coated properly, and then toss in the vegetables. The reason being, I don't want to overcook the vegetables. Now you can add salt at this point, but you can skip adding salt if you are watching your blood pressure or weight, because salt does hold water and leads to weight gain. So as soon as you start cutting down on three things, salt, oil and sugar, the weight should just drop. And eating grains, whole grains, are extremely beneficial even if you have diabetes. A lot of people stay away from whole grains because they feel, oh gosh, they are a source of carbohydrate and not good for them. Whole grain carbohydrates are not our enemy. Please remember that. Whole grains give us energy, they provide us with minerals, all that good stuff. And now to this, I'm going to add my veggies. I have lightly steamed them, eggplant, potato and peas. And just keep tossing this together. And then I'm going to adjust the masala. I'm going to add a little bit more. I have not added any cayenne pepper in here. So once I taste the masala, I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne, but I don't have to. Yeah, it's just coming together very nicely. I'm going to stir it, cover it and cook on a very low flame until the steam pockets are formed. I'm going to cover it partially so that we are not changing the color, and also make sure that you are doing it on a low flame. One thing I want to let you guys know about is a steaming technique when you are trying to steam grains or vegetables where there is no oil, or if you have a pot or a pan which is not very heavy bottom. So what you need to do is to actually remove this lid and get a plate with some water and put that on top. Now what this does is the water gets hot and that helps create steam from top, and it also helps cook your dish much faster and not get stuck on the bottom. Okay, so I have this huge plate that I specially got it just for this purpose. So here it is. I'm going to try this steaming from top, or top steam method, to infuse more flavors as this rice is getting cooked with other spices and veggies. Now if you want to further expedite the cooking, then what you need to do is just open this up and put some broth or water just on top. And then close it again. Now be careful. Because this is all about creating enough steam and heat to cook this mixture together. Everything is technically cooked. You know, the rice is cooked, the vegetables are cooked. This is all about just allowing those spices to seep into the other ingredients. So I'm going to add some green onions on top. It's important that you add anything that is green in the end, like cilantro, because most of the nutrients, specifically folate, gets destroyed when we heat it. So it's important to get the maximum folate, which is good for our brain. We add the greens like cilantro, green onions, finely chopped spinach on top, and that really does it. This is done. It looks delicious. It smells even more delicious. And I'm going to serve this with bowl of soup. You can have it, you can mix in some lentils in it to add a fiber and protein, but you can have it with soup or a salad, and I hope you will enjoy it. And again, this is a perfect way to stir fry any leftover grain, get those whole grains in for their nutritional properties and fiber. Thank you again, and please comment and share and subscribe to the channel. It helps me reach more people who are in need of learning how to eat whole food plant-based for their health conditions. So thanks again and have a wonderful day.